Hey everyone, Zoma here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be building a medieval village in Minecraft 1.14. This video is going to include time lapses, tips on how to build your own Minecraft medieval village, and more. So let's get into the video. So you can see we already did the layout of the medieval village, and now we're going to go about building some houses. So you'll see in orange wool, that's where we're going to be building houses all along this medieval village. So in this little area, we're going to have the lower rent district, supposedly. So these houses are mainly going to be occupied by farmers and maybe lower class citizens of this village. And you'll see a little higher along the hill, we're going to have larger homes and whatnot. But as you can see, we're going to be building this out of some dark stone bricks and some spruce wood and some dark oak wood along the roof. And then we'll go ahead and build one more house and we're almost done with this village. So this footage is actually about a little over 10 hours of building, sped up very quickly. So there's a lot of content to go over. So these are going to be the higher rent district. This little area here is going to be owned mainly by wealthy merchants, and they're going to have their shops out front. And overall, it's going to look pretty nice and contrasting with the other village, as you can see. So these are some Tudor homes. If you notice the custom textures, that is using a custom resource pack, which you can download in the description of the video. And it is essential that you use this resource pack if you choose to download the map and play it for yourself. So we're adding a ton of details. This is a very nice Tudor home here. Next to it, you see that this is actually labeled in purple wool. So this is actually a blacksmith build here. So we're making a nice medieval blacksmith in a similar style to the last Tudor house. So once we finish the general frame of the house, we're going to add a few more blacksmith details. And this is going to include a little overhang area and a small furnace and an anvil and all sorts of things like that a blacksmith will usually have. Now that we've finished that, we can move on to our next home. So this home I actually ended up changing a little bit off camera to make it more symmetrical. And you'll see that in the final rendering of this video. So we're building this house and it's a nice L shape. I noticed that I had a lot of L-shaped homes, so I wanted to make this one a little bit different once I finish this. Now we have two more homes to build. This one, I decided to not make an L-shaped home. It's pretty much just a square and going upward. But then we'll add a little overhang so it's not entirely too square. But I love the Tudor textures on this pack. Let me know what you guys think. It's actually a retexturing of glazed terracotta. So I thought that was really cool that someone went ahead and made a custom texture pack to incorporate those blocks. So we're going to finish up this house real quick and move on to the next part of this video. Alright, so moving forward with the time lapse, we're going to be building a medieval church. This is the second rebuilding of this build. I initially built another one that was a bit larger and brighter, but I felt like it didn't quite go with the rest of the build, so I ended up changing it to this one, which is a bit darker, a bit more earthy, and I think fits with the vibe of the rest of the village a little bit more. I'm planning on making a tutorial on this build at some point, so keep your eyes peeled for that. We're using a lot of the green stained glass in this texture pack, which I really enjoy, and we decided to add a lot of overgrowth and leaves to that build as well. Now here we're going to be adding a stables. So this is going to house about 3 horses. It's pretty small. I'm thinking about making a stables tutorial in the future. However, if I make a tutorial, it'll be much larger than this one, because this one's pretty easy. You could even copy it just from watching this video if you guys are interested in that. And now we're going to be building a medieval windmill. So this one's pretty straightforward as well. We're going to be using dark oak logs, cobblestone, and some spruce wood. So now that we've got the shape we like, we can go ahead and make our windmill. This took a few trials and errors. I decided to eventually keep it with the white wool and use some fences to give it more depth. Then we'll build one more of these farmer houses, and we'll go ahead and work on some other parts next. As you can see, I retextured the terracotta to a white terracotta instead, because I thought that looked a little nicer. So now we're going to go ahead and build this lumber yard. This is what I was really excited about building. I love ways you can add a ton of detail in order to make your build pretty unique, because before we just have a bunch of houses and builds and there's nothing really connecting them. And this is just a nice way to add a little bit of more uniqueness to your build. By adding a lumber yard, we can add all sorts of barrels and whatnot lying around, logs, add some gravel. This is a small warehouse over here. And as you can see all over the pink wool, we're going to be adding these large pathways. I used World Edit to make these paths, and it was very quick and easy to do. Next to the church, we're going to be building a graveyard. So we're adding this nice wall and a doorway. And then go ahead and fill in this grass area with gravel, stone, and dirt. And then after that, we'll go ahead and add some tombstones. And that'll look nice and spooky in the rendering of this video after it's done. So where all the green wool is, we're adding smaller paths, and we're going to add cobblestone walls. These are going to be our farms. So these farms were actually really quick and easy to make once I used a World Edit after I built these walls up by hand. If you guys want a tutorial on how to make very quick farms, I will do so. However, it was actually pretty easy. So yeah, so now that we laid those out, we're actually going to go ahead and make this little pig pen area. I'm not sure exactly what to call it, but it's just a small roof area. We'll have some gravel and stuff, build a fence around it, and then we'll go ahead and add some farmland all around, and that'll make it look really muddy and stuff once we add some pigs in. Then we'll go ahead and finish this one little farm area in the corner. This will be a carrot farm. Awesome. So now we'll go ahead and add some gravel and dirt and a little more details around the lumber yard. I'll add a wagon. And then we'll go ahead and start working on this farm. This is going to be a wheat farm, and you'll see how quick it is once we get it in here. And this took me about a minute in real time for each of these farms once we completed the wall. It was extremely fast. So if you are looking to make a quick farm, let me know if you really want me to make that tutorial, and I will do that. But as you can see, this was extremely quick. And over here, we're going to have a melon farm and a pumpkin farm, and I think they look so cute. Over here, we're going to have our carrot farm right next to the pig pen. I thought that was good placement. And now we're just building a quick tree, and then we're going to go ahead and paste this and rotate it all around and put it all over the map. And that's just a nice detail you can do to make your build look a little more homey and lived in. Always add trees, and feel free to muddy up the grass with some stone, gravel, dirt, whatever you want. So the wealthy merchant area is actually going to be mainly stone, and then we're going to go ahead and add some shops right outside their homes, because these merchant owners are going to want to have their shops in good proximity, and what better than to have it in this nice little central area where everyone can have their shops. Have a mushroom shop over here, and we'll have a fruit stand over here, and some other goods over here that are food, and we'll add a fountain in the middle. And over here, we'll add a nice wagon. If you like these wheels, that is also an extension of the texture pack that I included in the description. And over here, we're going to build a small outhouse using our compost and some doors. And we'll add some more dirt around there and a cauldron for washing up. And we'll go ahead and add a bunch of bushes and details and some cauldrons and bone meal around, and just make the place look a little more gritty. And last but not least, we're going to add this little archery area in the corner over here. So we'll go ahead and add some gravel and dirt all around, and then we'll go ahead and add these little platforms where people can shoot their arrows from. And of course, we'll add some hay behind to catch the arrows. All right, so we've finished this time lapse, and I think it looks pretty nice, especially when we render it out with the shaders. So as you can see, we have lots of farm area, beautiful church, and a windmill, all these different areas, and they're all connected using these paths that we've set up. I think that's one great tip to make your medieval village look awesome, is you have to connect everything in a way that makes sense. And I love this lumber yard here. I think it's really unique. I took inspiration from a photograph that I found online of a medieval village, and that really helped me lay this out. And that's definitely another tip that I would advise, is to go online, look at a reference image, and then go lay out your build from there. So you can see that we're walking through it right now, and everything is so cohesive and connected. And we have this lovely town square centered. You can see where I fixed the house to make it a little more symmetrical. And we have all these awesome builds. We have our pig pen and our carrot farm, and those look kind of cute. They're kind of hiding in the back. And we have this windmill farm on display. It's a very nice wheat farm. And we have a nice little campfire in our peasant farmer district. And here's what it could look like if it's nighttime at a stormy weather point. I love the way these shaders look. If you want to download these shaders for yourself, feel free to check out the description. And I love what I ended up doing with the interior of this church as well. I didn't finish the interiors of all the builds, but you can go ahead and do that for yourself if you want to build in this world. The church interior is done, but almost all the houses are empty inside. So you can totally download this world and live in the build yourself. And that's what the entire build looks like in stormy weather at night. Now we'll go back to some more daytime shots, and that's it for this village. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips and tricks on how to make your own medieval village in Minecraft, as well as enjoying the nice time lapse involved. If you guys want more insight as to how to build a layout of a medieval village, or how to build any of these specific builds in general, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to make some tutorials. This was a really fun project and took a lot of time, so I'd appreciate it if you'd like the video, subscribe, comment, and give me some feedback if you want more videos like this or any other content on this channel. And with that, I'll be saying peace.